Heavy fighting in eastern Ukraine with Bakhmut, the town which Russian troops claimed to have completely captured last month, has once again become the focus of hostilities, with Ukraine claiming to be advancing towards it. Ukraine's deputy defense minister said Wednesday that Ukrainian troops were gradually advancing and everything was going according to plan. There was widespread speculation that Ukraine was launching a much-anticipated counteroffensive to retake the country's eastern and southern territories occupied by Russian troops. But Kyiv has denied this, although it has always said it would not announce any offensive actions. At the same time, increased activity was reported across the stretch of front separating Ukraine from occupied Russia. Russian military bloggers say the advancing Ukrainian troops are using artillery and armored fighting vehicles in a new push towards Tokmak in the Zaporizhzhia region. Video footage shows Ukrainian kamikaze drones destroying two Panzer S-1 anti-aircraft missile systems, an R-330Z electronic warfare station, a Podlyat K-1 radar station, and two Kasta-2 E-2 radars belonging to the Russian occupiers. The People's Deputy and frontline volunteer Yuri Mesygin announced this on his page on the social network Twitter, publishing the relevant video, edited mainly from footage taken by the ammunition barrage itself. Another video shows guns from the 47th Separate Artillery Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces destroying a Russian BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launcher system located at a firing position in a forest path. The operator found a target and adjusted artillery fire on it. After hitting and starting a fire, the MLRS spontaneously released several of its projectiles. Ukraine holds the initiative in most areas amid heavy fighting on parts of the front line, the UK Ministry of Defence says. The intelligence update came shortly after Yevgeny Prigozhin, head of Russia's paramilitary group Wagner Group, said the Ukrainian offensive had pierced Russian defense lines around the war-torn town of Bakhmut in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. Reports also emerged early on Monday that Ukraine had attacked several points along the front, while Russia said it had repelled attacks on Donetsk. The Battle of Bakhmut, currently perhaps the bloodiest single military battle of the 21st century, appears to have entered its twilight years. However costly defense may have been, with the Ukrainians reportedly suffering heavy casualties, the Ukrainian command's initially contentious choice to hold on to the city as long as possible appears to have paid off. On the other hand, fighters from the Joint Tactical Group Atom have also destroyed the Russian invaders' tanks. Operatives DSU announced this on its page on the social network Twitter, publishing a corresponding video. The video is captured by an unmanned aerial vehicle, whose operator finds the target, determines the exact geodetic coordinates, sends it to the soldiers, and adjusts the artillery fire. We see several explosions, the last one being a direct blast, minus a bunch of invaders, commented Operative ZSU. In another video, using an American JDAM-guided bomb, a Ukrainian aircraft destroys a Russian invader's military equipment repair site and ammunition depot 20 kilometers from the line of contact. People's Deputy and frontline volunteer Yuri Mesygin announced this on his page on the social network Twitter, publishing a corresponding video with the comment, 100% damage. Colonel General Oleksandr Syrsky, commander of the Ukrainian ground forces, also said Kyiv troops were continuing to advance along the flanks at Bakhmut as the Russian occupiers were reportedly losing ground. Our defenders are continuing to advance along the flanks, while the enemy is losing positions at Bakhmut, he said. The offensive push was largely carried out by members of Ukraine's 3rd Separate Assault Brigade, which was part of the now infamous Azov Brigade. Military analysts highlight the Ukrainian push around the northern bank of Bakhmut and the nearby town of Solar, as well as the southwestern salt mining town. According to U.S. estimates in early May, Russia is believed to have suffered at least 100,000 casualties over the 5 months since its attacks on Bakhmut intensified in late autumn. This rough figure amounts to half of Ukraine's own estimate of total Russian personnel losses since the start of the full-scale invasion. Russian troops have also lost 37 artillery systems and 13 tanks in one day, according to the Ukrainian military. The General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces reported on June 8 that Russia had lost 212,760 soldiers in Ukraine since the start of the full-scale invasion on February 24 last year. This number includes the 730 casualties suffered by Russian forces over the past few days. The Ukrainian military's report of gains around Bakhmut is the first since senior officials earlier this week denied starting the next phase of the conflict. Meanwhile, in a television broadcast, Hanna Maliar said Russia lacked troops in Bakhmut and was bringing in troops from other positions. He said mercenaries from Russia's Wagner Group had been moved to rear positions around the city, with more professional airborne assault units being brought into battle. They don't have enough power. We destroyed a lot of the enemy's manpower now, and we see that they are redeploying their reserves from the depths to maintain a strong defense, the deputy defense minister added. But Moscow's defense ministry insists it has repelled the attack by Ukraine. More than 30 combat clashes occurred the past day, the General Staff said, as a long-awaited Ukrainian counteroffensive against Russian troops appeared to be underway. It also came as trading Kyiv and Moscow were blamed for Tuesday's destruction of a major dam in southern Ukraine. Damage to the Kakhovka hydroelectric power station on Ukraine's Dnieper River in the Kherson region caused massive flooding in nearby areas. The Washington-based think tank Institute for the Study of War said on Tuesday.